end because the third and last step is going to be the most important one, the most important step that's going to ensure that you make $100,000 per month with your ads. So first thing is going to be your content. So your content is basically the first thing that someone even sees as far as your ads are concerned, which entices them to click. And the issue with not testing enough variations of content is you can't really see what's going to work best as far as getting someone to click and get someone off of the platform. So off of Facebook, off of Instagram. And that's the whole point of your content, is to stop the scroll and sell the click. And a lot of people mess that up because they simply don't test enough variations of content. So you have photos, you have videos, you have carousels. So you want to be testing all three different types of content. Then you probably want at least 5 to 10 pieces of each. That way you can feed Facebook or Instagram with enough assets, and assets is pretty much your content, to deploy out on their platform to see what combination of videos or carousels or photos actually works best to get people to click. So that's step one. Step two is being able to understand your data. So prior to you even getting any sales from running ads, you're essentially just exchanging your money for information, for data. You're seeing how people respond to your actual ad, how people respond to your website, because you can see all of this data inside of your ads manager. And the issue is a lot of people, they don't really understand that they're buying data. The only thing that they actually look for is purchases, but it's a lot of things that actually take place before a sale happens. Number one is going to be your click-through rate. This is the rate or what percentage that people actually click on your ad, which is going to tell you a story. So if you have a less than 1% click-through rate, that's already a sign that either your audience is wrong or your content is just not resonating. And 9 times out of 10 is going to be your content, because it's kind of hard to miss as far as audiences or interests are concerned, especially on Facebook and Instagram. You can literally do like no targeting at all, but you have a really good piece of content, people are still going to click. So that's step one, click through rate. Then actually what you're paying for traffic, because at the end of the day, all this is just math. What you're paying for traffic and what percentage your website can convert at. Meaning if your website converts at 1%, that means out of every 100 people that come to your site, you will expect one sale. So based on what you're paying for traffic, you can kind of know ahead of time if your ads are even going to be profitable or not. Because if it costs you $1 per click and it takes you 100 clicks to get a sale, that means you would have spent $100 to get that sale. Now, if you're selling something for $50, the math automatically just doesn't work on that. So now you got to go back to the drawing board, see if you can maybe create different content to lower your cost per click. Next thing you're going to pay attention to after your cost per click and click-through rate is going to be, are people even adding to cart? So this is why you need your pixel installed. So your pixel actually tracks what happens on your website after someone clicks on your ad. So if you get people adding to cart and initiating checkout, that means you're kind of on the right track. 9 times out of 10, you may just need to spend a little bit more money to actually squeeze out a sale. And most of you have Shopify. If you go to your Shopify dashboard and go through your analytics, it'll show you at what percentage people actually add to cart. Out of the add to carts, what percentage of those people actually initiate checkout? Out of those people, what percentage of your initiate checkouts turn into purchases? And that way, again, you can kind of understand your data a little bit better and how much you may need to spend to actually get someone to convert. So that's step two, understanding your data. So good content, testing many different variations of content, understanding it. Now the third and most important part and the most overlooked part is your offer, like what it is that you're selling. So most people, they may see something already working or have heard of a product working and thinking, hey, I could come out with the same product and show it to people and people will buy. That's not the case, because I don't want to say there's a such thing as market saturation, but if something already exists and you come out with the same thing and you're not offering any more like value, why would I go with you, the new business, over the old business? And hair is a good example. I know a lot of failed hair companies because they just think, if I have the thing, which is the hair, that people will buy. But everyone and their mom sells hair. So why wouldn't I go with the more established, trusted brands that have been here for forever with 1 million reviews and good customer service? Why would I risk my money with the new thing? So you have to position, again, using the hair as an example, if you come into the hair space and you essentially need to separate yourself, and you can't really separate yourself on price, meaning you can't go cheaper than what it's already being sold for, you have to separate yourself on value, meaning your offer, your product has to have more perceived value than what's already existing in the marketplace. So it's like, so how do I do that? Just off the top of my head, stacking bonuses essentially when someone actually purchases your hair. So what if in the price you've bundled everything together? So a bonnet, a comb, a brush, some shampoo, conditioner, an ebook on how to maintain your extensions, a box or a bag to store your extensions. So you've purposely crafted this whole package bundle deal at the same price of your competitors that's only selling hair. So now the overall perceived value of your hair extensions versus your competitors is a lot higher because you're giving away more. But again, you have to purposely do this and figure out the math to see if that's profitable for you. I'm pretty sure it is. Then from there, you got to play the long game. A lot of people, when especially with hair and e-commerce and stuff, they only pay attention to the front end sale. Meaning when someone checks out, they're like, okay, I made $300. No. What you did was acquire a customer into your business, a paying customer at that, which is more important than anything. It's not the fact that someone gave you $300. When you acquire paying customers in your business and you have fulfilled on your promise, so you said, hey, I have raw virgin hair that lasts 2 years and it's tangle free, share free, I'm gonna get this bonnet and the ebook guide, and they received it and everything's good, so they're happy. You got a happy customer. Now you got to figure out, what are you going to sell them next? What else can you add to your product suite to increase their overall lifetime value? And that just means, how much is this customer worth to your business in the lifetime? Not just looking for one-off sales, especially when you're running ads, because you can't just keep trying to buy up every customer that exists. That's what you're doing when you're running ads. You're like buying customers. If you don't have a back end, especially something like recurring, number one, you don't really have a business. And number two, I know a lot of people are not thinking that far ahead, but it's hard to sell that business. You don't have like a sellable business on your hand. And that should be everyone's goal, to create something sellable. And a sellable business looks like you have front end money coming in and you have recurring money coming in. Like you have your existing customer base that you can count on probably every month that they're reordering something. May not be your hair, but maybe complementary products. So that's the third most important thing. Really sitting down and purposely coming up with a really good offer that's going to make someone want to buy. It's not about just having the thing. Everyone has hair or wigs or, I don't know, cell phone cases, whatever people are selling online, everyone has it. But what about your brand? How do you separate yourself from the marketplace? So spend more time on crafting a really good offer than worrying about interest and content and all of that other stuff. Because at the end of the day, if you have terrible selection of interests when you're running ads and you have terrible content, but you have a really good offer, you're going to make sales. So the offer is the very most important thing. Hopefully y'all got some value from this. If you did, thumbs up. Also subscribe. Comment any questions you have about this video, and I'm going to answer them in the next live. Please comment so I can keep these videos coming out. I aspire to, you know, post 2 or 3 of these lives a day, especially if I can get y'all engaging and sending me questions so I can actually reply to. But thanks for watching.